why Angel Reese would do this to be noticed.
She comes out, she makes a statement. She was a victim of racial things being said. And of course, yesterday, the WNBA concluded, no, we couldn't find anything.
2 weeks ago, Angel Reese ignited a firestorm when she accused Indiana Fever fans, many of whom came to cheer on Caitlin Clark, of spewing racist monkey noises from the stands. The claims spread like wildfire across social media. Media outlets jumped in without evidence, and once again, Clark's loyal supporters were painted as villains.
Yeah, obviously it's tough, but I think I have a great support system. I'm loved by so many people. Obviously there's no place for this, and they preach, I think 2 days before they put out no hate, no speech.
But now, the investigation is over. The WNBA's own internal review just dropped, and it's devastating for Angel Reese. There's zero evidence the racist incident ever happened.
The WNBA launched an investigation on Indiana Fever fans. Nothing has come out of it. The WNBA, in fact, one journalist said, may or may not ever disclose the verdict on the situation, which doesn't shock me because I'm sure they've dug in and they're like, oh crap, we've got no proof of anything.
None. Not a single verified video, audio clip, or credible eyewitness account. And this isn't the first time Angel has pulled a stunt like this. Just last year, she claimed her team was racially harassed at a hotel by Clark fans, only for video and her own GM to prove it never happened. She lied again, and this time, the league couldn't cover for her.
Last June, she claimed a white Caitlin Clark fan stopped her teammates from entering their team hotel while shouting, "Ghetto bitches." The video and her general manager said otherwise. That's right. The video completely debunked it. The WNBA admits Caitlin Clark fans never did anything racist.
What's even more shocking is the media silence surrounding the actual racism directed at Caitlin Clark. Brittany Griner was caught on video calling Clark a trash white girl. Did the WNBA investigate that? Did ESPN demand answers?
Brittany Griner, the WNBA's woke trifecta, caught on camera mouthing trash and effing white girl. Is the WNBA about to open up an investigation on this?
Instead, they went all in on Angel's fantasy, while Fever fans, who fill those arenas and fund the league, were thrown under the bus. But today, those same fans have been vindicated. They won, and now they want justice.
There's no apologies to any fans whatsoever on this totally BS statement released by the WNBA.
Because enough is enough. Angel Reese was exposed. Caitlin Clark's fans were cleared. And if the WNBA wants to save its future, it's time to hold someone accountable. No more race hoaxes, no more double standards, no more lies. This is the reckoning the league didn't want, but couldn't hide anymore.
Because now a lot of people are asking the question, is the WNBA got the guts to fine and or suspend Angel Reese for playing along with this whole thing?
Type CC100 if you're a real Caitlin Clark fan. It all started after a brutal 35-point loss to Caitlin Clark in the Indiana Fever. Angel Reese, clearly frustrated, stood before the cameras and painted herself as the target of racism. She claimed fans in Indianapolis made monkey noises during her free throws. A claim so outrageous, so racially charged, it lit a match under the already sensitive discourse surrounding Clark's rising popularity.
She accused, while getting her ass beat by 35, she accused the Indianapolis Fever fans of racist, monkey noises, whatever. You don't believe anything these dumbass says, anytime, anywhere. Don't ever believe a word the woman says, because she is a liar, and she has proven to be again.
And without hesitation, the WNBA jumped into action, launching a public investigation before even verifying if there was anything real to investigate.
WNBA has no comment on the racist white girl stuff of Brittany Griner. Too busy investigating imaginary noises toward Angel Reese.
But the truth always comes out. The WNBA's investigation included reviews of game footage, interviews with arena staff, fans near the court, and even audio analysis. Their final verdict? There was no evidence, none supporting Angel Reese's accusation. They found nothing racist in the crowd, nothing audible, nothing visual, just another baseless allegation.
We have investigated the report of racist fan behavior in the vicinity of the court based on information gathered to date, including from relevant fans, team, and arena staff, as well as audio and video review of the game. We have not substantiated it. Where is the apology to your fans?
And let's not forget, this wasn't a lone claim from a panicked player. Reese doubled down in interviews, leaned into the victim narrative, and let the media run wild with it. What's more insulting is that this wasn't the first time Angel Reese made up a story like this. Less than a year ago, she claimed a Clark fan hurled slurs at her teammates while blocking their hotel entrance. That story, too, collapsed when the video footage and her own general manager confirmed it was false. It's a pattern.
Last year, she lied about getting off of a bus and they were blocked from getting into their hotel room, to the point where the general manager of the Chicago Sky had to say, yeah, that was a lie. Video turned out, well, to show one guy asking one question.
Every time Reese loses, especially to Caitlin Clark, she diverts attention by accusing others of racism, and each time, it's a lie.
Angel Reese is a liar. Angel Reese is a fraud. Angel Reese is a sociopath. She's an idiot. And she is never, ever, under any circumstance, to be taken at her word.
Meanwhile, the Indiana Fever organization was left to deal with the fallout. Their fans were demonized on national TV. Players were harassed. And Clark supporters, many of whom are simply excited about watching a once-in-a-generation talent, were painted as hateful bigots. All because Angel Reese couldn't handle a loss.
Do you have any clue the kind of hate the Indiana Fever players receive because of this question mark? How about the fan base?
First game of the season, the Chicago Bravado were in Indiana to play the Felines. As soon as the game ended and Angel Reese received her first humiliating loss of the season, her lonely male followers got on social media and blamed the loss on mythical racism. Caitlin Clark fans have been subjected to baseless allegations of fake racism.
If this had gone unchecked, it could have permanently stained the reputation of a fan base in a city that showed nothing but support. But now with the facts in the open, it's clear. Indiana didn't fail Angel Reese. Angel Reese failed the truth. Angel Reese didn't just make up a story. She fed a dangerous narrative that targeted Caitlin Clark's fans and weaponized race to deflect from her own failures.
She chose to play the role of the ultimate victim. Angel Reese, once again, decided to make everything about Angel Reese. Watch for yourself.
There's no place in this league for that. I think the WNBA, our team and our organization has done a great job supporting me.
And it's not the first time she's done it. Ever since Clark's rise in college basketball, Reese has played the role of the villain, not because she's actually feared, but because she knows the media loves drama, especially when race is involved. But here's the truth most won't say out loud. Angel Reese isn't hated because she's black. She's criticized because she keeps lying, keeps race baiting, and keeps targeting the very fans who are helping keep the league alive.
I don't even know if we can describe Angel Reese as the villain in the Caitlin Clark story anymore. In order to be a villain, you gotta be respected. You gotta be intimidating. In order to be intimidating, you gotta be skilled.
This is the same league, by the way, that turned a blind eye to actual racism when it came from their own players. Brittany Griner was caught on video calling Caitlin Clark a trash white girl and directing the same slur at a white female referee. Not only did the WNBA stay silent, but the media also refused to cover it.
They're investigating us here, Indy, but they refuse to investigate, apparently, that dude Brittany Griner calling Caitlin Clark trash white girl. Well, we saw video where she says white girl, but white girl isn't offensive. Well, really? Of course it is. It's a racial slur, but why aren't we looking at that? We have actual video of that.
No press release, no statement, no investigation, just crickets. Imagine if Clark had said something similar. Her career would have been over in 24 hours. This is the kind of double standard that has fans furious, and they should be. Then there's the media. ESPN personalities jumped to Angel's defense without evidence, amplifying her false claim like it was gospel.
By the way, the whole league is ate up with that. The very player that knowingly had cannabis oil on them, they got busted. That Biden traded the Michael Jordan, like literally the greatest of all time. If it was a straight white basketball player, she'd be rotting in Russian prison right now.
Which if Caitlin Clark had done, she would have gotten suspended for weeks or months at a time.
Chinenye Ogwumike, a prominent ESPN analyst, rushed to declare there was no place for hate and condemned Fever fans before the league had even reviewed a single clip.
Chinenye Ogwumike, this is her talking about these racist attacks from Indiana Fever fans and what Angel Reese has gone through.
The next. But I'll lastly say this, when it comes to racism and the hateful rhetoric and the statement that the WNBA is saying, I think it's important because at the end of the day, if you are truly a basketball fan, you would understand and agree. We have no space in our game for those types of comments and also not, putting more gasoline on the fire.
But once the WNBA cleared Indiana, she didn't retract. She didn't apologize. She pivoted. She claimed she was just trying to uplift the league and spoke based on what others told her. That's not journalism. That's activism disguised as commentary, and it's hurting the sport.
Chinenye Ogwumike yesterday offering a clarifying statement after it was exposed that this whole thing was a hoax and bogus and incorrect and just totally fabricated.
Hey everybody, I'm sure you've seen the WNBA statement on the investigation, and I want to address this with the same energy I did the first time, because if you really know me, I always try my absolute best to uplift the WNBA. I am sorry that my message was in the heat of the moment, because when I initially spoke on the topic, it really came from a place of care. It was based on firsthand conversations with people. Now in the process, however, I totally recognize that it may have impacted fans in a way that I did not intend, and I am sorry.
The sad reality is this. Angel Reese and many in the WNBA's inner circle can't stomach Caitlin Clark's popularity because she's a straight, white, Midwestern woman dominating a league they believe should belong to someone else. Clark doesn't fit their identity politics narrative, and that makes her a threat. But instead of rising to meet her level on the court, they attack her character off it. They mock her, shove her, curse her out, and when all else fails, accuse her fans of racism, and it's backfiring.
African-American lesbians will accept white lesbians. Black lesbian women hate white straight women that don't bend the knee enough. They will not accept white straight girls that kick their ass, like Caitlin Clark. That's the WNBA problem in a nutshell.
Every time they try to make Clark the villain, the public sees the truth. She's the one carrying this league forward, while Angel Reese is the one dragging it down with cheap stunts and toxic jealousy.
There's been an alliance among WNBA players. They thought they were hard on Caitlin Clark last year. There's not going to be cheap shots this year, but there's going to be a physicality to the way that they defend her.
While Caitlin Clark continues to lead her team, fill arenas, and bring new fans into the WNBA, Angel Reese is sinking under the weight of her own narrative. Behind all the headlines, behind the designer outfits and magazine covers, lies a harsh reality. Angel Reese is not producing on the court. Her team, the Chicago Sky, started the season with multiple losses.
Angel was so rattled, she couldn't play her best. She couldn't even pretend because she was dealing with racial slurs from the white man.
Missing wide open layups 5 times a game. She's Jussie Smollett with a worse shooting percentage.
Her performances have been inconsistent at best, embarrassing at worst. Missed wide open layups, poor defense, and vanishing in key moments. It's all there, game after game. But instead of taking accountability, Reese has spent more time trying to control the story than trying to improve her game. That's the part that's hard for real basketball fans to watch. Reese came into the league with hype, attention, and opportunity. She had the momentum of an NCAA title and a powerful media machine behind her. ESPN labeled her an icon, and the league practically positioned her as the future face of women's basketball.
ESPN celebrated some doofus accomplishment from Angel Reese after the game last night by calling her an icon.
But an icon performs. An icon delivers. An icon doesn't need to spark fake racism scandals to stay relevant. When her performance doesn't match her brand, the illusion starts to crumble. And that's exactly what's happening. Her endorsement deals may still be intact, for now. But brands don't like controversy that turns off paying customers.
Angel Reese has plenty of endorsement deals. Yeah, for now. Watch how fast those deals evaporate as soon as these corporations realize that Angel Reese has minimal influence.
And make no mistake, that's what this has become. Fans are speaking up. They're not just defending Caitlin Clark, they're rejecting Angel Reese. Her approval is tanking online. League pass cancellations are rising. Her games are barely drawing half the attendance of Fever games. And when she walks into an arena, the energy feels more hostile than heroic. You don't build a fan base on lies and victimhood. You build it with effort, humility, and results, none of which Angel has consistently shown. And while all of this plays out, the WNBA is watching its credibility evaporate. Their refusal to punish Angel Reese for multiple lies, their silence on racist remarks from other players, their failure to apologize to fans who were falsely accused, it's becoming clear the league is more interested in protecting narratives than protecting the integrity of the sport. That's why this isn't just Angel Reese's fall. This is a crisis for the WNBA. Because when your most talked about player is more famous for fake accusations and failed layups than for game-winning moments, you've lost the plot. And when your league punishes honesty and rewards race baiting, it's not just a bad look, it's a death spiral.
You've got somebody who is obviously the most popular player in basketball. You got somebody that I would argue may be a top 5 most popular athlete in the United States of America. All right. You got this athlete in a league that nobody's been watching, never turned a profit, and your system is broken against that team.
Angel Reese has become a symbol of what's wrong with the WNBA. And Caitlin Clark? She's the one trying to save it. Angel Reese wanted to be the face of women's basketball, but instead of earning it through skill, she tried to seize it through controversy, through outrage, through playing the perpetual victim. And now the consequences are catching up. The WNBA, under immense pressure, conducted a full investigation and found nothing. No evidence, no racism, no wrongdoing by Indiana fans. What they did uncover, though, was a painful truth. One of their star players lied again. And for the second time, it wasn't just a personal failure. It damaged the league. It smeared innocent fans. It turned basketball into a battlefield of identity politics, and people are tired of it. This isn't just about Angel Reese anymore. It's about what kind of league the WNBA wants to be. Does it want to be respected? Does it want to be taken seriously? Because if so, it can't keep enabling race hoaxes and hiding behind silence when real issues emerge. You can't ignore Brittany Griner calling Caitlin Clark a white girl on video and then treat a TikTok rumor as gospel when it comes from Angel Reese. You can't let analysts like Chinenye Ogwumike push false narratives and then walk it back with PR statements after the damage is done. There has to be accountability, or there will be collapse.
You're a lying, dumbass, sexist, racist. You didn't talk to anybody. You can get mad, glad, angry, or sad at me all you'd like. You didn't talk to anybody. You talked to the idiots on the bench, and even those idiots, Angel Reese and whoever that clown-ass coach is of the Chicago Sky.
Indiana Fever fans didn't just win this battle. They exposed a broken system. They stood firm while being falsely accused, slandered on national TV, and targeted online. But they knew the truth, and now the truth has been confirmed. And Caitlin Clark? She didn't need to say a word. She let her game do the talking. She took every shove, every insult, every smear, kept her head down, and kept rising. That's the difference between her and Angel Reese. One plays to win, the other plays for headlines. And the country is starting to see who's really built for greatness. So now the spotlight's back where it belongs, not on fake scandals, but on real basketball. The WNBA has a chance to course correct, to reward integrity, not identity, to stop silencing its new fan base and start listening to them. Because the fans have spoken, they've chosen Caitlin Clark. And if the league doesn't get behind her and start holding players like Angel Reese accountable, they'll lose everything this moment could have built. No more games, no more lies, no more protected lies disguised as progress. The war of narratives is over, and the truth won. And let's be clear, This wasn't just a PR nightmare. This was a turning point. The league's future depends on who they elevate and who they excuse. Angel Reese was handed the spotlight, the endorsements, the ESPN segments, and the viral attention. But Caitlin Clark earned her following by grinding it out, breaking records, lifting a franchise, and showing young girls what excellence really looks like. The fans aren't stupid. They see who's real. They see who's faking it. And when the league sides with drama over discipline, it doesn't just insult their intelligence, it pushes them away. The WNBA now faces a choice: double down on lies or rebuild trust by standing for truth. Because if they keep defending the indefensible, fans won't forget, and they won't forgive.